Yes. You know what? All right, bet. We're done. We're done. I swear. You're so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. I'm taking all this stuff back.
Just do better. Just do better.
No, bro, I'm taking all this stuff back.
I need to be treated like a queen.
I'll go get us to another female. I'll take all this stuff back. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Move. Move.
Just do better.
I'll eat my...
Babe. It's constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism? You're ungrateful.
Just do better.
Yes, you're ungrateful. You're an ungrateful little and that's what you are. I'm getting tired of this. You're never happy. Bro, you're never happy. You're never happy.
Just
you're
be
never
honest.
happy.
You would like it if you were a girl and you got all this?
Yes, I would be happy because there's people out here that ain't getting this. They're not getting that.
God.
I just spent too much money.
Better.
You know what? I just spent way too much money.
I should get the rose, like with the big old thing. You give me like 5 roses and there's like no money in there. There's no money in anything. You didn't give me any money.
All right, Reza.
Valentine's Day.
You know what?
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, fam. Glad to have y'all here, man. Now, guys, as we listen at this video and we think to ourselves, I know we all say that this is bad behavior. Of course, that's the first thing we think when we see this type of video. There's plenty of these videos out there. But another question that we ask ourselves is, why is this guy tolerating this behavior? Because, man, you know this just didn't start with you. It just didn't start with her acting this way. You know, over time it's been a little bit of disrespect here, a little bit of disrespect there, and it's then grew until when I see this video, I'm thinking she's completely out of control. This situation is completely out of control. And why is it that he's going out of his way to be pleasing to her? And guys, it all boils down to a mindset. What is this guy's mindset? And in the past, I've always looked at these type of guys as being simps. But I really want to change that word because simp is a very derogatory word. It really is. And all simps are not in a losing position. It's not in a losing position. They're not in a losing position. And when I refer to mindset, the mindset of a man and how he approach and interacts with the woman, how he interacts with the woman and how the woman interacts and responds to him. What is it that he's expecting? With simps, guys, and which I changed that word to swoon. We're going to call simps swoon. SWOON, swoon, which I think is a better word. There's no definition, so I'm giving it a definition. Swoon. And with a swoon, it means that he goes after the woman that he wants. He tends to look at women as someone to be catered to, someone that validates him. He wants to put her on a pedestal. And what he gets out of all of this is that he gets to be with the woman that he romanticizes about, that he dreams about. Whether it's a woman that he's always wanted and he's finally got a chance to be with her, or it's a new woman and it's a type of woman that he wants and he finally has a chance to be with the type of woman he want to be with. And in his mind, he's winning. It doesn't matter how she treats him. It doesn't matter if she disrespects him. It doesn't matter if she uses him. She takes him for his money, his finances. Even if she leaves him, take half his money, take his home, take his children. That doesn't matter in his mind as much as it matters to him that he is with the woman that he always wanted, that he dreamed about. In his mind, he's winning. Now, to me, and my mindset, which is an alpha mindset, and I don't like to sit up and say, oh, I'm an alpha this, I'm an alpha that. No, it's the mindset that I have. The mindset that I have when it comes to the approach and the way I deal with women, how I approach women and relationships. That's what the alpha mindset is in regards to relationships. In my mind, In my opinion, I think he's losing. I think that I would never take disrespect. I would never cater to a woman in the way that a swoon would. Never. Never, 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 never do that. In my mind, he's losing. But in his mind, I'm losing because he thinks that, hey, you don't get to be with the woman that you've always wanted to be with, which is true because I'm only going to date the women that like me. In his mind, that's no way possible he could ever be happy just dating the women that like him, even though some of the women that may like him may be beautiful women. But he will skip over the beautiful women because they're not the woman that he wants. And you can say, well, that's beta. Betas and simps, we need to stop tying those two people together because that's not swoons slash simps. And I'm gonna keep saying swoon until we get that word edged and burned into your brain, so we can stop using the word simps. But swoons is not beta because you can look at a swoon and say Steve Harvey is a swoon because no matter what Margie does or how she treats him, he's gonna be with her because he's winning. He's winning. In his mind, he gets to be with the woman that he always wanted to be. And that's more valuable than anything. Will Smith is a swoon. He gets to be with Jada, and that's more valuable to him than anything. And see, guys, you need to look yourself in the mirror and figure out what kind of guy are you. Now, I do have two other categories, and we're gonna get in them further and further up the show. But let's check out this next video. But let me ask you this, guys: would you accept this kind of behavior? Have you accepted this kind of behavior? And if you have, do you think you necessarily won because you got the woman that you always wanted to be with, or the type of woman, or do you think you lost? So ask yourself that question. Let me know down in the comments. Let's move on to the next one, guys.
Bro, you right, bro. But you sitting here lying. You just been lying all these months saying that was your brother. That's so down and dirty. That's so down and dirty. Ain't no telling what you're telling. Ain't no telling what you lied about.
Are you done?
Man, you know what? I just want everybody to know. Y'all watch out for her, yo. Cause all she do is lie. She is not to be trusted. None of that.
Okay. Bye.
You right, bro. I don't even know why. I should have just been gone. I don't even know I messed around you that long. Yeah, I am. I am.
My baby daddy
You right, man. Well, I'm just gonna get my stuff and go on about my business, bro. I'm just gonna get my. It don't even matter, bro. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Cause now you just got caught up. Now you wrong. Now you in the wrong. Now you want to try to flip it on me. You ain't no good, bro. You typical.
All right, guys. Just in this particular situation, man, I think this lady has a baby, and she's tricks the guy into believing that the baby was her brother, and the guy he fell for it, and eventually he found out. And now, it seems to me that she got him in a position, and she figured out that, hey, he feels this way about me. He loves me more than I love him. He's gonna put up with whatever I dish out, and now she's using that as a manipulation tool. Let me say this, man. Let me say this, guys, and this is something that you need to understand. Some of you may care, some of you may not care. It depends on the mindset. If a woman can manipulate you, or she believes that she can trick you, she will never respect you. She will never respect you. A lot of you guys confuse masculinity and alpha mindset with finances, status. But having an alpha mindset is the ability to overpower a woman with your mental capacity, meaning your mental strength or your mental strength. And otherwise, in other words, she's unable to manipulate you. She's unable to gain power over you in order to manipulate you. And once a woman feels that she can that's not going to work on you, she's going to respect you. She's not going to try to be overbearing. Now, I'm not going to say that she's not going to test you because she's going to test you all the time. All the way through the relationship, she's going to test you. It doesn't matter, guys. She's going to run that shit test all the time. But in this case, she knows this guy most likely ain't going nowhere. And you can hear it in his voice. He probably ain't gonna go nowhere. And even if he do go somewhere or decides to leave, then that's a price you gotta pay. Whether it's an emotional price, whether it's a financial price, she knows that. That's why she's not even worried about him. And of course she's gonna flip it around on him. Of course, because she views him as a weak man. Now, is he wrong? No, he's not wrong. Maybe that's the type of woman he wants to be with. Because, guys, you got to remember, if a man deems a woman being the type of woman that he really, really want to be with and nothing else matter, the disrespect doesn't matter as much as him getting to be with the woman that he really wants. It just doesn't. And is that wrong? No, because it only matters to him. It only matters to him that he's winning. That's all that matters. And you'll have guys say, I would never accept this behavior. Well, you probably wouldn't. But this is the question that I would ask, or you probably would. Who knows? Most of the time you don't know that until you're in the situation. But let me put this question to you guys. Let's try this on for size. Imagine the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, the finest woman, the woman that you have in your head that if you ever meet her and she's ever in your presence and you have a chance to be with her and have a chance to be in a relationship or have a chance to get married to her, would you tolerate this type of behavior from her? The type of woman that you only meet, this is the first time you've ever met in your entire life. And y'all start a relationship. Y'all start dating. Y'all decide, y'all right at the verge of getting married. And then let's just say you eventually get married. And then the disrespect start. Would you tolerate this type of behavior? What if she tricked you and said, hey man, hey, I got a baby that I never told you about. Would you accept the baby? Would you accept it? And see, that's the thing you have to answer for yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and answer those type of questions because it's easy to talk that kind of talk about what you will and what you won't do when you're not in a situation that many men find themselves in once they get emotionally attached. Now, see, if you have an alpha mindset, you're not going to be attached to a woman like this. You're not going to be attached to no woman because you don't view women the same. Now, people will say, hey, man, you're an asshole. Women will say, I would never date a man like you because if you're not willing to love me and be attached to me, then you're not going to treat me right. Well, but that's a lie. That is a lie. Most people think that emotional attachment will make a person treat you right, and that's a lie. It won't. Morals and values and principle will make you treat a person like they deserve to be treated, and will, if you're an honest person, then you're honest based on your morals, values, and principle. Doesn't matter if you have an alpha mindset, doesn't matter if you have a swoon mindset, and it doesn't matter if you have a dermo mindset. And dermo is something that I'm going to explain to y'all later, which is the middleman. And we'll get into him a little bit later. But you'll find a swoon that will cheat on the woman that he's always wanted to be with. Always. Always. Or he will mistreat her. But it doesn't mean he doesn't worship the ground she walk on. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't stop you from cheating. Love, that type of emotional attachment only influences you to do things. If cheating is in your blood, if dishonesty is in your blood, it's in your blood. That's not a part of your makeup. Now, can you get to the point where you no longer become a cheater and you want to be honest? Yes, you can. But it's going to take work. And a lot of times, life has got to change you. You can't change on your own. Most of the time, events in your life will force you to change. But let's move on, guys.
About time.
All right, son. All right, baby.
Hey, son, you had fun?
Hey, be good, boy.
Had fun? It's something there for you to eat when you get in there. You finna go so quickly?
What's up?
Well, you ain't gonna tell me how the visitation went, what y'all did? Y'all had a good time?
You can get in the car. You can get in the car.
Okay.
What's going on?
Oh, this is nice. Nice.
Sean, what's up?
I'll just give you a compliment every time I see you in something different, something new.
Oh, here you go. What about it?
What do you mean, what about it?
I can't get nothing new?
You can get something new. I just give you a compliment every time I see you something nice. Well, every other year look like you get something new, something nice.
Is it not our child taken care of?
Yeah, they are. So you and your wife must be doing very well.
There you go with that. What my wife got to do with it?
I'm just saying.
You got a whole nigga living with you. I don't say nothing about that.
I didn't say you had to say anything about that. I was giving you a compliment.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, I felt like you was throwing the shot. You know?
No, what I was saying was, evidently y'all are doing something better than what you was doing when we were together, because I didn't ever have any of these things.
Oh.
I didn't get new cars every year.
Well, she a go-getter. You wasn't.
Okay. So that just means if I want to get more and do better or something or come up, you mean I just need to go back to court and get more child support from you?
What? Man, you better click your heels like Dorothy and get the hell out of my car with that.
I was just asking. So that's what I need to do.
Hey, do what you feel like you got to do. Our son is back. I just took him to his haircut. He got some clothes. He got some money in his pocket. You just doing extra stuff right now.
It's not extra. I was just saying. So in order for your son to be better over here, don't you think you need to provide more for him to do better over here where I am?
It ain't going to work like that. Ain't that your man peeking out the window? You need to go cook dinner or something.
I was just asking a question, but thank you for bringing him back.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
Man, let me tell you something, guys. You can be in a situation with a woman, and this happens all the time. You can be in a situation with a woman and things don't work out, whether she leaves you or you leave her. And we'll just say she leaves you. Now, women always want to know, even if she's moved on to another man, she has a new family, she's integrated herself into a whole nother life, guys. They always want to know that you want them. They always want to be wanted by you, no matter if they don't want you no more. They always want you to want them. Now they'll say that, no, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care. No, they always want to be wanted by the man that they left behind. The next thing is this. They always want to know that the decision that they made was the correct decision. So when this lady see this guy, he has a nice car, new car, he's married now. She wants to see him not doing better than her. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that she wants him to be doing bad. And sometimes they do. Sometimes they want to see you drown. Sometimes, they have so much anger and bitterness built up inside. They want to see you doing bad. But in a lot of cases, they don't necessarily want to see you doing bad, but they want to see you not doing as better as they're doing, because they want to know that the decision to leave you was the right decision. Another thing is that she's manipulating the man that she's with by getting inside the car. Let me tell you something. If I'm with a woman, and this is my mindset, this is the alpha mindset. If I'm with a woman and I moved on from you and we got a child together, I ain't finna even let you get in the car. You're not finna get in the car. You're gonna talk to me outside the window. And whatever you gotta say, it's gonna be very brief. Very, very brief. Very brief, unless it's strictly some business that you're talking to. All this, hey, how you doing? How's things going? All that there all she's doing is trying to ease her way into a conversation, and a conversation that's going to lead eventually to more conversation, and more conversations are going to lead to more conversation, and then those conversations are going to turn into different conversations. And then the manipulation game has begun. And that's exactly what she wants to happen. Now, she's planting a seed in the man that she's with in his brain, because she's sitting outside in the car. And that's an intimate setting. She has no respect for the man that she's with. Now, he may be one of those type of guys that he thinks that she's just the apple of his eye, and he's willing to overlook that type of thing, or he's willing to mention it, but he's not going to put any kind of pressure on her to stop doing that kind of stuff. Or they might start arguing, in which she might tell him what's on her mind, and then he might be okay. Well, I just have to accept that. But it's the mental game that she's playing, and it's the mindset that he has. See, guys, that's why I say it's always about the mindset. It's and you hear guys on these relationship channels and podcasts, they're saying, well, if you don't do this, then you're not a real man. If you don't do that, then you're not a real man. If you let a woman talk to you, then you're not a real man. If you accept this from a woman, you're not a real man. If you don't love a woman like this, you're not a real man. All of them wrong. Because if we had the answers, then more families would be together. We wouldn't have single mothers. Marriages wouldn't, divorce rate wouldn't be so high. But we don't have the answer. But what I will tell you is the mindset, and it's however you perceive or however you expect the interaction with women. It's whatever your expectations are. It's however women interact, or you expect women to interact with you. That's what it boils down to. You know, this guy's bringing his child back. He's dropping him off. Seems to be moved on, and here she is trying to manipulate both men at the same time. So, guys, this is another instance where, man, don't fall for this kind of stuff, man. If you have a alpha mindset, if you have an alpha mindset, then take a step back and say, man, I'm not finna be involved in this. And you have some guys, man, that they be with the woman and they'll poke their chest out, man. It's my baby, or look at me, man. I got your woman. I'm with your woman. She loved me. She left you. She left you for me. You a sucker. You this, you that. And on the flip side, the other guy's like, man, I can still sleep with my baby mama. You just don't know. I can still sleep without. Man, don't buy into none of that stuff, man. Once you leave, let it be, man. Just let it be. Just let it be, and don't allow her to do those type of things, man. If you have an alpha mindset, if you don't, then listen, this message is not for you. It's not going to resonate with you, because you're going to buy into this. And hey, who am I to say that you don't come out on the winning end? You don't come out on the other end of winner. I can't say that. But if you're in the mind state that I'm in, then yes, you that's a lose-lose situation, my man.
There's damage. You might pull out a cookie that's intact, but then there's going to be some crumbs. There's going to be some brokenness. Why? Because she's been physically abused, sexually abused, mentally abused, verbally abused. And sex don't mean to her what sex means to you. Where you going and having sex and you thinking it's enjoyable, she doing it for a whole different reason. And bruh, it really don't have nothing to do with you. So when you asking her, why did you cheat on me? And it's taking you through hell. And ladies, hear me. When a man been cheated on, he will literally lose his mind. It don't matter if he cheated on you, because his ego is so fragile. This is why we see things on the news media. This is why we see things that happen in the worst possible scenario. And we end up, we hurt each other. But look at there. I got a broken cookie. Now, isn't it ironic that I got a broken cookie and I say, you know what? I don't want this because it's damaged. But who dropped the cookie? I did. What are you saying? I didn't cause the damage to her. She may have been like that before I even met her. Until we get to the point where we all willing to be in this together and stop trying to pass the buck, the damage is now your reality, brother. You got to deal with it. That's your wife. That's your queen. That's your boo thing. And you got to decide, am I going to be a man and try to stick with it and get her some help? Or am I out?
All right, guys. This advice is more for dermos and swoons. It's not definitely not going to work for a guy with the alpha mindset. But first of all, I want to talk about abuse. And you hear women all the time. If you're in the dating scene and you're getting to know a woman, and eventually you'll run into a lot of women that will say, I was abused physically, emotionally, and mentally. All that stuff, guys. And I'm going to say this. There are women out here that's being physically abused. But all this emotional abuse and all this mentally abuse, that ain't nothing but foolishness. That's nothing but foolishness. And you have so many women crying today about they being abused until the women that really are being abused, it's just like crying wolf, they get overlooked. But all this emotional abuse, man, listen, a woman you can criticize a woman and she'll say you're abusive. She would swear up and down that, oh, you're being abusive. You can pass judgment on a woman and she'll consider that as abuse. And ladies, when you use the word abuse, it can ruin a person's reputation because you're confusing abuse with mistreatment. You mistreated me, or you're not talking to me the way you would want to be talking, or you over criticize. You can use all kind of different terminology or explanations besides the word abuse. Abuse is a very, very, very serious word. It's a very serious thing. And like I say, there are women out here that's being physically abused. Now, me myself, I want to see a police report. All this him crying abuse, physically abused. I want to see police report. Otherwise, you know, I don't know how much I'm gonna believe if you come up here telling me you've been abused. And if you telling me you've been emotionally abused and mentally abused, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it because it's too broad, it's too overly used, and a lot of women that love to play the victim, they will use abuse all the time. The next thing is this, man. You can't fix no brokenness in no woman. You can't fix no brokenness. You can try, and some men are willing to try. And I'm not telling you that not to be in a relationship with a broken woman. If you want to be, by all means, go ahead. But those are the guys that are willing, like I've said, to accept anything just to be with that particular woman. And I've seen guys that, man, I've seen guys be with a woman, and the woman would be laying there crying, crying, crying her little eyes out, grieving over her past relationship. And the guy's just sitting there holding her, telling her, "Here, oh baby, it's gonna be all right. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I never treat you like that." To him, hey man, it's all good because although she's crying, although she's hurting, although she's grieving over her past relationship, hey man, you know, he gets to be with the one, he gets to be holding the woman that he wants to be with, and nothing else matters. Doesn't matter if that guy pop back up in the relationship because hey man, there's guys that know that they significant other, their wives or their girlfriend, that there's a guy that she used to mess around with. They know that anytime this guy pop back up, give her a phone call, she gonna sneak off in the corner with him. She gonna sneak off and be with him. They know this, but yet they're willing to stay there with her. And at the end of the day, he just gonna shake it off because the value outweighs the disrespect, outweighs the fact that she's willing to run off with another man. And if that man would get his act together, she probably would leave him. He's willing to deal with that. He's willing to face the consequences of that. It's men right now that will accept a pregnant woman by another man, knowing that the baby is not his, and be willing to raise the baby just because the woman is so beautiful. She's so gorgeous. She's so everything that he's ever been with. They're willing to do that. Now, is this a good woman to be dating another man while she's pregnant with another man's child? I don't know. I don't know if she's good or not. To me, I would say, no, I would never do that. But to another man and with another mindset, he's going to accept that. He's going to accept that. He's going to cater to all her feelings. He's going to try to fix her brokenness. He's going to try to do everything he can to make being with her the dream. Excuse me. He's going to make everything. And see, I listened to the guy Tony Gaskin, man, and I heard him say something that he don't respect men that are not married. Although I respect Tony Gaskin, the man, but his advice ain't gonna work for me. Is it good advice? Yes, it's good advice because he's talking to this gentleman that I have on your screen. These kind of gentlemen with that mindset. It works for those. It don't work for me. He's saying he don't respect them. Hey, the guys that have my type of mindset, which is the alpha mindset, hey, we don't respect the way you deal with women. Although we respect you as a man, as a fellow brother, we don't respect the way you deal with women. We don't respect your mindset, and we don't respect your approach. We don't respect how the interactions you get from women. Now he's gonna say, well, I've been married this amount of years, 13, 14, 15, 20 years. That don't matter, brother. I got an uncle that's been married for 50 years and he just got a divorce. Matter of fact, I got another one that's been married for over 30 years and he going through a divorce. So that don't matter, man. That don't matter. You know, you ain't never safe. You ain't never safe in no marriage. Don't never think you safe. Maybe in his mind he thinks he's safe.
You don't want to deal with me, your own son?
No. And you look just like him. You act like him. Ugh. Matter of fact, you really need to get out of my kitchen because I'm not ready to.
Mama.
I'm sick of it.
Mama, you want to disown your own son?
You want a relationship with your daddy?
Of course, it's my father.
Then I want to disown.
And you telling me I look just like
you. Yeah.
Mama. It's because of you. You the one that did it.
I can't believe I even laid with that man.
You the one that did it.
Ew.
You the one that did it.
Yep. You know, wash all that off anyway.
Mama.
What?
25 years ago.
Okay.
And you don't want me to have a relationship with my father?
No, I don't. So we can stop talking about this now. You bring this up every other day.
I haven't seen my daddy in 20 years, and now I want to have a relationship with him. And you got such a big problem with me knowing my father.
Why do you want to know him so bad?
Again, I didn't see him in 20 years. I want to have that child and father bond.
Okay, man, this sounds like a broken woman. This is a broken mother trying to raise a son. And, you know, guys, I can tell you right now, she's going to push all this emotional bitterness off into her son. You know, this is going to seep into his spirit. It really is. Obviously, man, everybody wants to know their father. You know, everybody want to know where they come from. Now, they might not want to have a relationship with him. They might call him a deadbeat. They might call him whatever. But everybody wants to know where the other half of them come from. That's the journey and to finding out who you are. That's the journey into finding out who you are. And this woman right here is simply trying to deprive this grown man, by the way, because, you know, be honest with you, she don't have any principles. You know, she don't have the principles or the foundation, even though she may have raised this kid. Maybe he didn't take care of the kid. Maybe he didn't take care of responsibility, and he's just a flat out deadbeat. But still, that guy has a right to want to have a relationship with his father, even if his father is no good. You know, that's his decision. You ain't got to have no relationship with him. And then she's not willing to accept accountability that she chose this kind of man to be with. Now she wants her son to pay the price also. She wants her son to pay the price also. Is she wrong for this? And a lot of women, hey man, they'll tell you if he don't have nothing to do with you, then he's not your father. And they'll go marry another guy, and then they'll say, this is your father, not him. Don't matter. He still has your DNA. He still has your father, still has your DNA, or you have your DNA of your father. So y'all always gonna have that connection. Always. And and on the flip side, you have men that are emotional like this, and they do emotional things like this. Like a man, you have some guys that's so emotional until they'll have kids with one woman, and if things don't work out with the woman, they'll leave her and the kids all. Go be with another woman across town that has kids from another man and raise those kids like they're his kids and neglect his responsibility to his biological children. And these are the type of men that this kind of woman raised, emotional men, because she's so caught up in whatever happened between him and her until she's willing to let that seep over into the relationship with the young man and the father. What y'all think about that, man? Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Is she right or she wrong? Because trust me, I'm telling you right now, it's some women that think, yeah, she right. She right. It's some women like that. It really is, man. You may think I'm lying, but I ain't lying.
You finally get this man a chance. You finally let your guard down, and now he starts calling you, texting you, DMing you, begging you for a date, telling you that he the man that you need in your life. You need to give him a chance. He didn't fall his way out the friend zone. He was on your body. You finally get this man a chance. You finally let your guard down, and now he starts playing with you. He starts playing in your face, telling you that, he's not sure if he's ready for a relationship. He's pulling back. He's ghosting you. He's not so available anymore. It doesn't seem like he's that attentive. You probably looking for a reason as to why he would be doing something like that. Why would he pursue you if he didn't really want anything? You probably feeling dumb. I can tell you 10 reasons right now why he could be doing that. It's not going to help you. What is going to help you is for me to tell you that never be salty when a man passes on you, baby. I'm never salty when a man passes on me because I never know what he got going on over there. I never know if he pursued me and maybe I wasn't who he thought he wanted. Maybe he doesn't like me anymore. Maybe he's stressed out. Maybe he has a girlfriend. Maybe he's married. Maybe he lives with a woman. Maybe he's doesn't have no money. Maybe he can't afford me. I don't know, baby. I don't know. But whatever you on, I'm on. I don't know what you're saving me from, so I'm never salty when a man don't choose me, baby. I'm always somebody's type. The same man that's just like, I don't know, is going to move me closer to a man that's sure.
Okay, now let me tell y'all what kind of guy she's talking about. She's talking about guy what I call a dermo. And what a dermo is a guy that tries to play the middle between a swoon and an alpha-minded man. A swoon and an alpha. Okay, these are the type of guys that uses swoon tactics, which means he chases women, or he'll let some of them come to him, but he mostly focus on chasing the type of woman he wants to be with. He's willing to be vulnerable. He's willing to tolerate different things. He's willing to place her on a pedestal, but he also wants to get the interactions that an alpha would get from a woman, which is submission, respect, things of that nature. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to tolerate what a swoon would tolerate, but he's open to emotional attachments. And he thinks he can be a swoon and an alpha and at the same time, but he can't. This is the type of man that will sleep around. He thinks that he can sleep his way to a good woman, meaning that, hey man, I'm gonna keep as many women as I can around. I'm gonna sleep with as many women as I can in hopes that one day I find that fine little tender man. I find the one. And once I find a one, then guess what? I ain't never sleeping around with no other woman because that's gonna be the one for me. She gonna stop me from sleeping around, stop me from cheating, stop me from lying, stop me from doing all that. And the fact of the matter is, no, she won't. And the fact of the matter is, she will not. These are the type of men that will eventually find that woman that he really want to be with, and he'll still cheat on her. He'll cheat on her. Then, when she catch him cheating, the guy will be on his knees begging, buying flowers, go buy a car, go try to hair her up and marry her, all that foolishness. Now, is he winning or is he losing? No, he's neither one. It's the mindset. Dermos are more apt to manipulate women. Chase, catch, release. Repeat. Chase, catch, release. In her case, then he chasing. Hey, you put him in the friend zone, he'll sit in the friend zone. He'll stay in the friend zone. He's lurking in the friend zone. He got 15 other women he's talking to, but he don't mind being in your friend zone. Cause while he in your friend zone, he got other things going on. But when soon as he get an opening, he just waiting on you to get him that opening. Once he get that opening, then pow, he going straight in, man. And then, hey, if he get to sleep with you, bam, then he get to sleep with you. If he want to start up a relationship, he can start up a relationship with. But he just sitting around waiting. Sometimes, hey, eventually, if you give him the time of day, sometimes he'll just say, you know what? I don't know. I done caught you. I done chased you. I done caught you. Now, I don't necessarily think I want to mess around with you like that. I don't want you to take up that much time. Because some dudes that's dermos, they'll chase a woman, but then if she start to the point where he got to spend a lot of time with her, he got to spend a lot of time talking, she put some kind of expectations on him, then he don't want to do all that. And he'll kind of move away from you. He'll kind of put a little distance in between you. That's what he'll do. And then you sit up there wondering, man, the dude did all this chasing. He did all this chasing. Now he don't even want to talk. He don't even text me that much. That's these kind of dudes. They try to play the middle. Out of all three guys, the alpha, and I really call them alpha coins, but we'll just say alpha for right now. The alpha mindset, the dermos, and the swoons. Out of all three of them, the dermo, if I had to say which one loses, he mostly one is gonna lose the most, because he tries to use those swoon tactics, and eventually he ends up getting himself emotionally attached. And once he gets himself emotionally attached, his habits still don't break most of the time. He's still out there chasing women. A lot of times he ends up getting attached to a woman that he start caring about. The woman catch him cheating, and then he caught between a rock and a hard place. A lot of times he start relationship with 2-3 women. And when one woman wants to break up with him, he's depressed. He's depressed, and he still got to deal with these other 3 women. And then they try to figure out what's wrong with him, why he ain't doing that. Then he back, and his emotions are all over the place. I mean, all over the place, man. But these are these type of guys, women, and another thing too. Just listen, man, guys. These women just be talking to be talking to. They do a lot of talking just to be talking. Because if a woman really finds you appealing, man, if she really finds a man really appealing and she's super interested in, man, it don't matter what she say. It don't matter what she say. You can tell, she can tell these women, oh, you should just move on. Don't do this. Don't do that. Man, them women gonna still mess with this same kind of guy. And they'll know he being manipulative. They'll know he's still out there messing with all kind of women and stuff like that. And they still gonna talk to him. So you really gotta just take it with a grain of salt, man. Just take it with a grain of salt. That's all you can do. But guys, that's what a dermo is. A dermo is DEARMO. Dermo. That's the guy that tries to play the middle. And you got to ask yourself, which one are you? Are you out here playing the middle? Do you go on dating sites? Do you swipe right and try to talk to many women as you can, trying to sleep with as many as you can, and hopefully, and you end up in 2 or 3 different relationships at one time? Is this you? Are you open to getting emotionally attached to a woman? And listen, man, look, you ain't got to try to impress me. Don't try to impress me. I'm asking you to ask yourself. Ask yourself, is this you? And if this you, I'm telling you what the results is gonna be. A lot of time, hey, most people say the advantage is, hey man, you get to sleep with a lot of women because you're out here playing a numbers game anyway. You get to sleep with a lot of women. You get to have a lot of different relationships. But at the same time, a lot of relationships end up being really, really chaotic. Really chaotic. And on the other hand, you could end up with the woman that you really, really want to be with. And see, dermos and swoons, they cannot see how an alpha guy with the alpha mindset, they think he's at a disadvantage because listen, you out here treating women like you don't love them, you don't never be emotionally attached to them, and you're not out here chasing women, and you don't get the woman that you really want. You have to settle for women that you don't necessarily uh have that emotional attachment to, so you're losing. You go through life not being in love, as they can say. But they don't understand is we don't care about that. We don't care that we're not emotionally attached to a woman. We don't care. That's not something we're seeking. We're not seeking because we can love a woman without being emotionally attached. And y'all would say a woman should never date a guy like you. So, I'm not going to say that he loses. Everything about him spells loser. I'm just telling you what the results probably going to be and the mindset that he's in.
I'm not dating a man with kids. Okay, I don't care how fine you is. I don't care how promising your future is. The moment you went and made one of my sisters a single mother and created a broken home, you are not my type. Okay, go save your family. Go get your relationship back, because y'all be blowing me. It's always somebody baby daddy that's searching for love. What other greater love could I give you than she risked her life to push your seed out in this earth? Like, who could love you like that? How could you still be searching for that? Why not just restore your relationship with her and be with her? And if she don't want you, you know I ain't gonna want you. Think about it. The woman who birthed your child, risked her life, don't want you. Why would I want you? Think about that. You're such a good man and you enlightened now. Go get your family back. Okay? Because leave the single people with no kids out of that. We don't deserve that type of trauma. Okay? You go be with the woman who risked her life to bring your seed in this earth. So if she not good enough for you, I'm not good enough for you. And you definitely not good enough for me. Two things gonna happen. Either you gonna be such a great father and you ain't gonna have no time for me, or you gonna be a deadbeat father and you gonna have all the time in the world for me. But then you gonna have this dark cloud hanging over you where you can't prosper, because if you don't do right by your kids, you ain't gonna be able to prosper in life, period. The Bible says it's better to have a millstone tied around your neck and cast into the sea before you harm his little ones. Okay? So when you ain't doing right by them kids, you ain't gonna be able to prosper in life. And see, I need winners on my team. I don't need people who got this dark negative cloud over them. I need real prosperous people on my team, because I'm prosperous. And I don't need you to transfer none of your negative baggage over me, and your life is prospering because you with me, but I'm being held back because I'm with you. I don't need that. Okay, so I'm letting you know that now. I'm good. If you got kids, restore that with your baby mama.
Well, let's just hope you don't end up being a single mother and somebody don't play this video back to you. Man, listen. Uh, it's just easy to get on and say anything, man, because what this lady is trying to do is take a situation that's in her brain and attach it to a scenario that's in her brain, attach it to every situation or most situation, not considering that. Listen, the woman could have left him. He could have left the woman. It could have been a one night stand. The man could be the woman could be deceased. Listen, it's just really amateur to say something like this, for the lack of a better word. It's just very amateur. You know. She's saying it like it's always the man's fault that the relationship didn't work out. And for swoons and dermos, they're gonna listen at this stuff. They're gonna take it in, and they're gonna price themselves out. They're like, "Oh, she says she don't want no man with kids, so I'm not gonna talk to her because hey," Or I might try, or he might try to persuade, there are women out here that, that will accept men with kids, and I have great children, and it's a good thing that we are able to, have families and be together. And I've dated women with children. Listen, but a man like me with an alpha mindset, listen, I'm not paying attention to what you say because I understand this. If you are super attracted to the guy and he's very appealing to you, all that's going out the window. And you're gonna date a man with not only one child, he'll have he'll have two children. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. When women will accept way more than you think, guys, when they're super attractive. She's talking to guys that she's not that attracted to. She's talking to guys that or have a mindset that they are gonna make her like them. The guys that ain't trying to make you like them or don't care if you like them but you do like them, then they're gonna treat you like whatever you say don't matter. Whatever you say don't matter. Because there's been plenty of women that I've dated that set up these outrageous standards, and they always go back on what they say. They always never take their advice. These women will sit around and talk all day and give advice and won't never take the advice that they give. Put them in the right scenario with the right man and watch what they do. These demands are only for take or leave guys. That's all they're for. But if you a swoon or demo, you're going to price yourself out because you're going to believe what she's saying. What she's saying is not to be believed, guys. What she's saying is not to be believed.
Out there, all the women or men, one of the first things that I noticed very early on when I was dating my now partner was he truly was not intimidated by me. So I'm talking to kind of like all my alpha females out there, all the women or men that have strong opinions, they know what they want, they know how they feel, like they have no problem articulating themselves, like they're very, I guess, I don't know, confident in themselves. And I always found throughout my years of dating that there were some people that felt very intimidated by that. So someone that didn't want me to really succeed.
Well, the men that didn't want you to succeed, those are probably the men that you are attracting. Listen, ladies, just go make a list of all the men that you've ever been with in relationship. Not the one night stand. Just leave them off. Just put down the guys that you really dated and was trying to have a relationship with. And write down their personality. Write down what you liked and what you didn't like. And I guarantee you're gonna find a pattern in those guys of the type of guys that you dated. And these strong, quote unquote, out. First of all, there's no such thing as no alpha woman. It's just a masculine woman. That's all that is. Women with strong opinions, always want to be chirping, always got something to say, always trying to be overbearing. That's fine. That's fine. Because that's a place for those type of women too. But if you with these guys that are jealous of you and don't want you to succeed, those are the type of guys that believe that if you make more money than them, then they can't be with you because they feel you don't need them. And of course, they don't want you to elevate yourself because they think that you're going to price them out the picture and be with somebody else. As simple as that. And with that strong personality, I can guarantee you those are the type of guys that you are attracting. There's no way around it. But with that being said, when you run across a guy with the alpha mindset, then his energy will be overbearing and it will suppress that masculine energy. Now, I'm not saying that shit ain't gonna pop up here and there, because it will. It's gonna pop up here and there. And trust me, guys, if you with a woman that has a masculine energy, one of these masculine women, if there's any kind of weakness, and I'm talking about mental weakness and sometimes physical weakness, she will eat you alive. She will eat you alive. Now, a lot of these swoons will be with masculine women and they will accept the fact that she is the boss. They accept the fact that she's the leader. and they will accept the fact that she has a side dude, or that there's another guy smashing, or that she may get pregnant by another guy. They will accept this. Now they gonna kick and scream, "Oh, you just this," and tear the house down, kick a hole in the wall, put ties on flat, knock the TV off the wall, all that stuff. But guess what? He gonna be right back there begging and pleading to let him back in. Please, baby, let me back in. That's those kind of guys. But if you want to see a sight, I'm gonna tell you a sight, guys. I'm gonna tell you something for you to see. Is when a guy has a strong alpha mindset and he runs across a woman that is very masculine, and that masculinity is suppressed. And you watch how, and if there's some submission in it, he will drag all the submission out of it. You say, well, how can he do this? Especially if he with a woman that makes more money than he do, especially if he with a woman that has more, has a better job, has a better career. That's a wealthy woman. Let me tell you something. If you're a man with an alpha mindset, you ain't gonna never let no woman put you in a position that you can't take care of yourself. And the worst thing you can do, guys, is allow a woman to make you feel, or make you or for her to feel that she brings something to the table that you really value. And if you value things and she's able to provide way more things than you can, guess what? She ain't gonna respect you. But if you don't give a damn about the things that she can provide, that's when she gonna say, he doesn't care if I can fly him out to LA, if we can fly across over to Dubai, if we can buy this type of car, if we can go these type of places. Man, listen, all men and all women are not captured by finances. What we are captured by is the ability to not have to work. If we can ever put ourselves in a position where, man, I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job. I got my own business that I'm running, or I got enough finances that can tide me over. That's some things that we would like, but we don't stress about that either. But we just don't want that lifestyle. We don't want to be flying all over the place. We don't want to be traveling all over the place, because whenever we want to travel, we got the money to travel. So it don't matter. We're not infatuated with those things. We're not infatuated with the circle that you hang in, the status that you have. That doesn't matter to me, because listen, I don't want to be hanging around certain type of people anyway. I don't care what kind of money you got. I don't care where you go. I don't care where you from, what your name is. I don't want to be hanging around you. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be friendly towards you. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be ugly towards you, but that you're just not in my circle. You say, well, if you had the money, you want to be that. No, I wouldn't, man. No, I wouldn't. I like to hang around the people who I know care about me, who I know care about me. My little tiny circle. Those are people who I like to be around. Those are the type of people that I care about. I don't really want to be around people I don't really. Now, will I go out, have a good time with strangers and stuff like that? Yeah, but I don't necessarily got to be around. And the thing about it, guys, is once she see that that's nothing she can really do that's going to make you sway left or right, that's when she going to start to have that respect. That's when she gonna start being submissive. Because you know what she gonna say? You don't really need me. You don't really care. I bought you a new car, but you didn't care if you got a new car or not. I bought us a new house, or I bought a new house, but you kept the one you had. You don't really need me, but I want you. Trust me, because money for a woman don't do for a woman for money that a man has does for him. Only thing that matters and will elevate a woman is her beauty, not the money. The money will elevate your ass, though. You believe that? Hell yeah, man. It'll elevate your ass, though, real quick. Real quick. But that's the only way you're going to handle a masculine woman. That's the only way, guy. I'm telling you. That's the only way, man. That's the only way.
Consciously, but I think that they were intimidated by just who I am. Someone who's not intimidated by you, someone who doesn't judge you for who you are and where you came from. The things that I had probably been a little embarrassed by or ashamed of in the past, having those kind of vulnerable conversations with people that I was starting to date or get to know or even was in relationships with. When you're with like a healthy person that is right for you and you know you're absolutely not settling, that person doesn't even blink an eye. All the things that you are like ashamed of or embarrassed about or whatever, they don't even blink an eye. And you know why? Because they have empathy. all the conversations that I didn't always want to have in the beginning of the relationship, where it was like, hey, look, this is me, this is my situation, this is whatever. He wasn't ashamed of it. I was at that point, quite frankly, I wasn't really ashamed of it anymore either. I fully accepted who I was and my past and everything that I had been through, and just who I am in general. I came from more self-love and self-acceptance in that regard. So I think that also helps you to not settle and to attract a really great person, because I wasn't ashamed anymore either. I wasn't embarrassed. I was totally confident in who I was and proud of everything.
Well, you know, man, these women want you to accept anything. They want to do while they're young. They want to do everything in the world, man. They want to get out there and be a 304 for years and do all kind of stuff that's embarrassing. Take off their clothes, do all kind of stuff, man. Live a very promiscuous lifestyle, and then at the end of the day, they want you to accept everything. They want that. No, don't judge me on my past. Accept me how I am now at this moment. Don't judge me. But yet they'll judge you on your past. Trust me, they will. Uh, If you don't think so, just give it some. Tell her about your past. Tell her something you very embarrassed about, because she's always looking to find something that you're embarrassed about. That's part of the shit test. They're gonna always find something that they think you're embarrassed about. And then they're gonna bring it up. They may not bring it up directly, but they'll do it subtly at first, see how you're gonna react. And once you react a certain way, then they're gonna put the foot on the gas. They're gonna put the foot on the gas then. But soon as you start criticizing them and judging them, you being critical, you being judgmental. But at the same time, they're gonna judge you. See, because women got a bad habit, guys, of maximizing who they are and what they do and minimizing what you do. Now, as long as they lovey-dovey, everything going good, they're gonna elevate you. But soon as they get mad or they start feeling a certain way, every little thing you did is minimized. Every big thing, all the stress that you endured all this time is minimized, guys. They're gonna minimize it, and they're gonna put with all the little things they did. They're gonna put it up on the shelf. They're gonna elevate it to the sky every time. Every time. Just listen at your woman. Watch. She gonna sit around, and as soon as y'all get into it, she gonna say, well, I do this, I've been through this, I put up with this, I do this for you, I do that for you, I do this for you. Now you can pay all the bills, you can be stressed out at work, you can do all that, but she always got something to say about what she done did. The victimization is gonna hit the flow. It's gonna hit the flow, and it's gonna be she's the victim. She is always the victim, guys. Always, man.
Even more powerful, where it helps you to really connect with another person, is that person's ability to be vulnerable with you and talk about their stuff. Someone who can talk about their stuff and have empathy for you, you will be able to emotionally connect. And when I look back on pretty much every single relationship that I had ever been in, that wasn't there. So I didn't always have a problem being vulnerable. I was ashamed at times or embarrassed by some of the things in my past, but I still allowed someone to come in. And I think what I noticed, and I didn't notice it at the time, was none of those men were able to let me in the same way. I never knew what was going on inside of them. I never knew their past and the things that they had struggled with or the things that they do struggle with. Like literally, there was no vulnerability in the relationship. It was just a surface level relationship. So right there, if you have a person that as you're getting to know them, you're being vulnerable, they're being vulnerable, they don't bat an eye when it comes to the stuff that you've been through, and vice versa, all good. Like, we're humans and we're friends now. I'm just talking about friendship at this point. Good, you're not settling. You actually have a healthy human being who can emotionally connect with you.
Guys, she want a man to be vulnerable like her. And yes, guys, swoons and dermos, they will be vulnerable. They will be vulnerable. And why will a swoon be vulnerable? Swoon will be vulnerable because he thinks by him being vulnerable, it's going to make her love him more. It's his way of listening to her tell him that you should be more vulnerable. You should open up. You should tell me all your secrets. You should tell me what makes you hurt, what makes you feel sad, all that stuff, guys. And dermos, they play the game too. They'll open up But they a lot of times they use opening up as a way to try to manipulate a woman, which majority of the time that backfires on them. Yeah, that they end up backfiring. But this woman wants you to be strong and weak at the same time. She wants a man that's strong and weak at the same time. I want you to be this strong guy that's that can handle my strong personality, which you got to be your energy got to be extra strong to over to overpower her personality and masculinity. But at the same time, I want you to be weak and vulnerable. How that's gonna work, man? How that's gonna work? You either gonna be one or the other, or you gonna be one, but you're gonna be playing and acting the other. So you're gonna be real and fake at the same time. And you can't do that. You can't do that. So sit up here. That's why I tell y'all, man, you can't sit up here and listen to everything, man. Cause a lot of these people don't make no sense. And what she's saying, I don't know who she's looking for, but she gonna get what she's looking for. She gonna get somebody that's gonna put her in a situation, and she gonna come next day. The next video she gonna end up being making was, he tricked me. He tricked me. He's a narcissist. He's such a narcissist, and I just didn't see it in the beginning. I didn't see it. That's what you're gonna hear. That's what you're gonna hear. Narcissists, they good at tricking you. They're good at deceiving you. No, you sit up here want a man to be weak and strong at the same time. That ain't gonna work. And next thing is this, man. Let me tell you, man. You don't never tell a woman what you care about the most. Cause I'm telling you, she gonna use it to manipulate you, bro. And alpha-minded guys don't do that. You don't need to know my secret. You don't need to know what I love the most. Just know that I treat you well. I don't cheat on you. I'm honest. I don't have no emotional attachment to you because I'm always waiting on you to pull that. I'm leaving. I'm packing up. Okay, good. Bye. And as long as you're able to do that, guy, watch what the respect you're gonna get from a woman. That's if you demand that type of respect. Some guys don't demand that type of respect. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. Some guys don't demand that type of respect. If the woman is beautiful enough, they don't care about the respect part. I don't say I don't care. It's just not as high on the priority list as just being with the beautiful woman, because the beautiful woman is the end all be all. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go and get up out of here, man. I enjoyed y'all, man. Until next time, man, y'all gonna hit the like, subscribe button for me, man, and comment down below, and let's have a conversation about this thing. All right, guys, peace.